She's a phenomenal player.
And when you've got someone who moves markets, you have to pay attention to that person.
The women have the headlines, they have the fans, they have the viewers. When the hell are they going to get paid?
College basketball has never seen a bigger star than Caitlin Clark.
And you know, it's true, there has been no one like Caitlin Clark.
They said it was impossible, that no female player in the WNBA would ever reach $1 million salary. Not from league pay, not from endorsements, and not even from pure skill. For years, the stats seem to back that up.
She's the reason the WNBA just won the lottery. Without Caitlin Clark, nobody cares about any of these players or the league.
Low ratings, scarce sponsorship deals, and capped contracts. The whole system seemed designed to stay stuck like that. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, and suddenly arenas started filling up overnight.
This was by far the best year the WNBA has ever had.
Who, by the way, I'm going to go there, who happens to be white, and brought a level of attention and allure to the sport it had not received before.
Jerseys were selling out fast, and TV networks began competing fiercely for the rights to broadcast the games.
Set an all-time record for total television viewers at 54 million. They set an all-time record for the number of telecasts that reached at least 1 million viewers. They had their highest total attendance in more than 2 decades, up roughly 50% from last year. This was the kind of season that WNBA executives never imagined was even possible.
While the league gave polite applause and critics brushed it off as just hype, something huge was quietly taking shape behind the scenes. A financial game changer that's rewriting the playbook for professional women's sports. Now it's official. Caitlin Clark has made history as the first WNBA player to land a contract worth over $1 million.
Caitlin Clark might be the first one to get up to $1 million.
This isn't some promise or a forecast. It's real money on the table. A contract that's got seasoned players talking, brands lining up, and the entire internet buzzing. Because this figure, it's way more than just a number.
She fills seats. She brings the cameras. She brings national publicity. We can lament it all we want to, but the fact of the matter is, Caitlin Clark is box office.
This is a game changer. The WNBA will never look the same again. So how did a rookie break records to become the highest paid player in league history? Not after a decade, but right in her first season. The secret isn't just the paycheck, it's the movement she sparked. If you're a true Caitlin Clark fan, drop a 100 in the comments.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
She's a wonderful player. She brought a lot of eyeballs.
I think one of the things I love about Caitlin the most, do the thing that she knows everyone wants.
Let's be clear, no player in WNBA history has ever reached a $1 million salary. Not Sue Bird, not Diana Taurasi, and not even MVPs like Aja Wilson.
To speak to her, to be around her, she's got charisma, she's got style, she's got bravado, she's got class, she's smart as hell. Communicates her thoughts very, very well. She is so incredibly marketable. I just think that she's elevating the profile of women's sports in a way that most women should deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate.
For years, the league has been held back by strict financial limits. Rookie deals stuck near $76,000, and even the top veterans barely breaking $250,000. For decades, many WNBA players had no choice but to play overseas just to earn a living.
These WNBA players playing overseas or playing in off-season leagues during their off-season because you're not making wages that are sustainable enough in the WNBA.
The entire Fever payroll is $1.2 million. That is less than the minimum salary for a single NBA player with a year's experience.
Caitlin Clark didn't just play by the rules, she broke them completely. So how exactly did she reach that $1 million milestone?
Fanatics sold more Clark jerseys in 1 hour after she was drafted than any other sport or player ever.
Clark's paycheck isn't your typical WNBA salary. It's a powerful mix of money and influence. She just signed a massive $28 million endorsement deal with Nike.
But in addition to the jersey sales, Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. She deserves it. She deserves it.
This is the biggest deal ever signed by a women's basketball player, including her very own signature shoe in development. On top of that, she has major partnerships with brands like State Farm, Gatorade, Gatorade, and Panini. All this has sent her yearly earnings soaring. Experts in sports finance say that when you combine these endorsements with performance bonuses and special salary increases, her total WNBA income has officially crossed the $1 million mark, a first in the league's history.
According to On3, her NIL valuation, meaning all of the money she made from her endorsements in college, currently sitting at $3.4 million. Nothing to sneeze at there. She was one of the highest paid college basketball players in that respect. But now she'll actually be getting paid to play the game in the WNBA, unlike collegiate basketball. She can also earn more money in the WNBA offseason through league sponsorships, up to $250,000 on a player marketing agreement through the league itself. There's also a $500,000 bonus split between the two Commissioners' Cup teams, as well as a $500,000 playoff pool.
This moment goes beyond just endorsement deals. What truly makes it historic is that Caitlin Clark's earnings are now recognized as legitimate WNBA salary, not just extra cash on the side. These companies aren't simply paying Caitlin Clark, the athlete, they're investing in Caitlin Clark, the very face of the WNBA.
Every fourth commercial would have had Caitlin Clark. This is Caitlin Clark walking down the street wearing a pair of Nikes, wearing a Nike shirt that says Caitlin Clark. Anything. Her face would be everywhere with a swoosh on it.
Caitlin Clark's impact stretches far beyond the court. From her huge college fan following to the impressive TV ratings she draws, she's become impossible to overlook. She's more than just a player, she's a brand. Now, sponsors, broadcasters, and even the WNBA are finally recognizing that value with serious investment.
And guess what? It's going to change for the better because Caitlin Clark's going to help it change for the better. All of a sudden, we gonna see Asia Wilson. She may get some more shine because she's that.
This huge financial breakthrough wasn't just luck. When Caitlin Clark was picked first overall by the Indiana Fever, some called it routine. But her entrance shook things up in ways the league had never experienced before.
I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlin Clark moment they have going.
The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlin Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlin Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlin Clark.
Her first games were packed to the rafters. Even the Fever's road games sold out. Social media buzz exploded. TV networks began shifting WNBA matchups to prime time. And beneath all that excitement was one clear fact. This rookie was bringing in money at a scale the league had never seen before.
There is a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and we found out that the Fever Storm game from over the weekend drew 2.2 million viewers, which is massive. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlin Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch the game.
That $1 million paycheck isn't just a bonus. It's a reward for shaking up the entire league's financial game in an instant. Caitlin Clark didn't just join the WNBA, she exploded onto the scene. Even before she played her first pro game, her name was already dominating the headlines.
The WNBA tried to capitalize on her popularity and crammed a lot of games in over a short amount of time, playing against the best teams in the WNBA.
What's unfolding right now goes way beyond just hype. It's a real, lasting shift. Caitlin Clark has pushed the WNBA to face a truth it's been ignoring for too long. When fans come through, when the spotlight is on, and when players drive the culture, the money has to catch up. And nobody is shaping that culture quite like Caitlin Clark.
The ratings were phenomenal because of Caitlin Clark. But we all realize that Caitlin Clark single-handedly is responsible for the WNBA mattering.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
Wherever Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, the crowds come with her. Indiana Fever games, whether at home or on the road, are regularly selling out, something that hasn't been seen in the franchise's recent past.
While Caitlin is fantastic and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA, who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
Major networks like ESPN and ABC are now scheduling women's games during prime time, all thanks to Caitlin Clark's electrifying electrifying performances that consistently exceed expectations. Social media is buzzing non-stop. Her highlights go viral in minutes, and mainstream media can't get enough of her. New fans, many experiencing the WNBA for the first time, are tuning in just to watch her play. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about entertainment, star power, and a rising icon who's turning every move into a money-making moment.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about it.
Not everyone is thrilled about the spotlight on Caitlin Clark. Veteran stars like Aja Wilson and Angel Reese, both incredible talents themselves, have expressed some frustration over the massive attention Clark is getting. Some have called out the media for showing favoritism, while others have wondered if she truly deserves all the hype.
There is nobody interesting in the WNBA past or present except for Caitlin Clark. They've all shown themselves to be sexist, racist, petty, ridiculous.
She's really looking out for everybody else, and it's so sad that there are so many people that continue to turn a blind eye to that. Knowing how selfless she is, and they still want to say, Caitlin Clark, you know, she's not the reason, let's give other players their flowers. No, Caitlin Clark is the reason.
The irony here is hard to miss. It's because of Clark's impact that salaries are finally climbing, marketing dollars are expanding, and the very veterans who have doubts are now competing in packed arenas instead of half-empty gyms.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Whether you like it or not, Caitlin Clark is the rising force lifting everyone up. Her impact goes beyond the court. She's changing what people expect from the game. Brands that used to ignore the WNBA are now flooding in with investments, launching campaigns centered around Clark, and creating content focused on the league. For the first time, players are becoming household names, and it all starts with what's being called the Clark effect. She's the bridge connecting sports to pop culture, college fans to the pro scene. Sponsors notice it, networks see it, fans feel it, and the WNBA, ready or not, is stepping into a new era where star power fuels the league's growth.
She could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport.
Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
Transformations like this don't happen by chance. They come when someone grows too big to fit into the old framework. That's exactly where Caitlin Clark stands. She's too powerful for the traditional WNBA system, too influential to be limited by rookie expectations, and too valuable to be paid less. Now, the league is shifting to fit her, not the other way around. That $1 million paycheck? It's just the start. It's a clear sign that the old rules are out the window. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't a brief surge. It's the beginning of a lasting revolution.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good.
I think Caitlin Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now and makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Let me give you the answer to that. Never!
What we're seeing right now is the start of a whole new financial playbook for the WNBA, and maybe for all of women's pro sports. For years, pay gaps were explained away with the same old excuses: low ratings, tight budgets, not enough interest. But Caitlin Clark has shattered those excuses faster than anyone expected. Her impact has pushed advertisers, league leaders, and fans to face a fresh reality. When women's sports are promoted the right way, they deliver big, not just heartwarming stories, but serious revenue too.
The best player in America, the best shooter in America. Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something.
Think about this. The Indiana Fever, once overlooked and struggling for attention, has transformed into a must-see team. Their ticket sales are skyrocketing, social media followers are multiplying, and merchandise is flying off the shelves. Caitlin Clark's jerseys outsell nearly every other WNBA player, and even some NBA stars. This isn't just buzz, it's a solid economic reality. Her face drives sales, her game captivates audiences, and her name carries serious influence, all backed up by the numbers.
She is like the face of basketball right now, at least like for the younger generation, because like who is the face of basketball if you're not talking about LeBron James or Steph Curry in the NBA? And you know what? He probably can.
She's shown the world that a WNBA team can actually turn a profit, not be a money drain, when the right talent is signed and marketed smartly. But the biggest shock? How quickly the league itself is being pushed to change. Just a short time ago, the WNBA's business model felt stuck in the past. Low player salaries, barely any marketing, and a schedule designed to dodge competition with men's sports. It wasn't built to grow, it was built just to survive. But Caitlin Clark's arrival exposed how outdated that system really is. Now teams are rethinking their finances, owners are looking into revenue sharing, and the pressure is mounting to raise the salary cap because seriously, how do you justify paying a rookie like Clark just $76,000 when she's bringing in millions?
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times. Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists 9.
Her influence has even reached the halls of Congress. Lawmakers are starting to question how pay is structured in women's professional sports. Reporters are shining a light on the glaring inequalities, while sports analysts are comparing her impact not just to legends like LeBron James or Serena Williams in terms of skill, but as a financial powerhouse. And as uncomfortable as that comparison might be for some, the facts don't lie. Caitlin Clark isn't just an impressive rookie, she's the economic driving force behind the WNBA right now. All this while under intense scrutiny, facing veterans, critics, and a system that wasn't designed for someone like her to rise this fast. And she's far from done. Clark is shaping the blueprint future players will follow, not only on the court, but at the negotiation table. She's made it crystal clear, if you bring value, you deserve pay that matches it. No more handouts, no more waiting years for raises. She's reset the bar, not just for herself, but for every young girl watching, now dreaming of a pro basketball career where they don't have to go overseas or settle for less.
Franchise record for most double-doubles, 3-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
Caitlin Clark has already made waves as one of the most electrifying talents in the WNBA, but her journey to superstardom is only just starting. After an eye-popping rookie season, Clark's accomplishments have skyrocketed her into a level of fame and influence the league has never seen before. Her new coach, Stephanie White, has even likened her stardom to that of a global superstar. Clark's rise is reshaping the way the media covers women's basketball. What used to be brief mentions of WNBA highlights now turn into full features dedicated to her standout performances. Debate shows that once ignored, the league are now analyzing her every move. She's not just dominating on the court, she's making media outlets rethink how they treat women's sports entirely. And this time, it's not out of duty, but because Clark drives viewership. Let's be clear, this isn't just about a $1 million paycheck, it's about what that paycheck symbolizes. A clear before and after moment. Before Clark, women's basketball was undervalued, overlooked, and underpaid. After Clark, those excuses don't hold water anymore. She's built a bridge from college stardom to pro success, and walked across it, carrying the entire league with her. Future players won't be starting from zero, they'll be standing on the foundation she's laid. That's the real legacy, not just the money, but the movement. Caitlin Clark didn't simply become the first WNBA player to break the $1 million salary barrier, she became the reason that barrier will never exist again.